This girl, keep you company, make me look good. I am full of man.
Do you need me?
You're my live shot.
Okay, where you?
Well, I mean...
So does Sean need to log in for this?
No. You don't have to worry about this.
Okay.
So you tell me where you want to put it. That's where I was yesterday. There were fire trucks and stuff like that. I mean, I'm happy to be anywhere. I mean, it's just, I don't know if this is going to still be going at 4 o'clock.
Right? What time is it supposed to start? Hash!
So it probably will start closing. Probably will be over by 4. So, I mean, yeah, this obviously is the spot to be this point. So yeah, I mean, so if you want to put me over there for 4, just so you can go ahead and sit up and it's easy. And
Where's
safe.
Casey?
Casey's editing.
Oh, Goss's here.
Yeah, he's doing the live shot. I mean, he's doing the rest of the stuff.
Oh, so I'm okay for 5.
Yeah, because I think you're my guy for all 3.
Oh, I thought Casey.
Yeah. Hey. I'm telling you.
Oh, you really?
Yeah, they're here all.
Let me get my stuff on.
Ship me up wherever you want.
Is Sean in there?
He's in there, yeah.
Carlos, are these Sean sticks?
I don't know who those are. Sean took his sticks in. Oh, then those must be his. Okay. Yeah, somebody comes to the That's how we roll at WRC. We see equipment, man, we just pick it up.
Grab it.
It's ours.
She's kissing a baby. All right, now she's moving.
Right.
She's coming right by, guys.
Hey, where's Tariq on that?
He's working now. He can't talk now. He's working. What you gonna do there?
Friday.
No. Where you gonna be at?
Hoping my favorite blues alley survives. Over in Georgetown, good jazz club. Cleveland lost a lot of big clubs. One is supposed to come back. They've been shuttered. They just couldn't even make money. So
Could be.
Mayor's back on move.
Okay, yeah, that's really good.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Muriel Bowser, Mayor of Washington, D.C. We're in the 900 block of Kennedy Street Northwest, where I have been briefed by my team on the investigation of the building that collapsed here on Kennedy Street. I don't know that we have a lot of new to report from our reports yesterday, but if there are questions that we can clarify, I'm happy to entertain them now. Yes, sir.
Mayor Bowser, can you tell us, or can anyone from DCRA tell us the last time this building site was inspected, where all the permits occurred? Have there been any stop work orders? What can you tell us about the history of the site?
Well, certainly, and Mark, you will understand that we're early in our investigation, but we can say the last time the building was inspected and for what purpose it was inspected, and to our knowledge at this point, all of the permits were current and appear to be, based on what we can see, the work that was permitted for. But let me have the Director Chhabra give you the information on the last inspection date.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We've done a few inspections of this property related to complaints around vacant building, illegal construction. The last visit to this property based off a complaint we've received was in May, and there was no violations found for that particular inspection.
Is that a construction inspection, or what sort of inspection was it?
There was a request around illegal construction, so that was what we visited this place for. But it wasn't the traditional construction inspection because the building was still undergoing work that was not complete to trigger the required inspection.
Director Chhabra, you said yesterday that the only thing you found here was a crane blocking the alley, as I recall. Wasn't there more than that ultimately? I understand the person that lived in the greenhouse had filed a number of complaints about the construction here.
Yes, there have been a number of complaints, and as we review information, we find information in our systems. I mentioned the vacant building complaints and related inspections, illegal construction complaints and related inspections. So those were the activities that occurred.
So were any of these complaints, did you consider any of them justified? That's what I'm curious about.
We handled all complaints and we addressed them. There was no complaint about the quality of the construction.
So in general, when a structure like this is in the midst of construction, do you do routine inspections to make sure that it's stable and it's following code and that it's a safe place to work?
Yes, for any building project, there are multiple inspections around that project. And based on the stage of the construction, the appropriate inspection is done, provided that it is completed and ready for inspection.
And this was up to date on all those inspections and everything was found to be approved?
Based on the information we have now and the stage of the construction, we've not identified anything that we'll have to look into further at this time.
And do you have any preliminary on the cause of this collapse?
No.
Is there video of the collapse?
There may be.
Have you seen video? Has anyone in the government seen video of the collapse?
I've seen some information on the internet around the collapse, yes.
What about video?
Not the full collapse, not the full video of the collapse, no.
Mr. Constable, who lives in the greenhouse that's shattered, says that he complained to you that they were digging into his property in the basement, and that he hired a lawyer and a structural engineer who said that they were not constructing this structure correctly. Are you saying you never heard that complaint, or that complaint was unfounded?
Let me just say, we've said clearly that DCRA has investigated several complaints, including illegal construction, including when the property was vacant and not under construction, and DCRA has issued no violations as it relates to this property. Yes, Sam.
There's a lot of construction going
Yep.
on in Washington.
And there's a lot going on Kennedy Street. As is what was always envisioned for Kennedy Street. So obviously something like this is very troubling, and we want to get to the bottom of what happened, and we certainly will.
And I guess my question is there so much construction that the city is being overwhelmed trying to keep up with it?
No, absolutely not.
Do you, I understand you vetoed or you didn't support the council bill to split up DCRA. Is that accurate? And
That's absolutely accurate.
And why? And would the agency be able to regulate this kind of construction better if it was divided?
Well, you're supposing that the agency didn't do everything it needed to do in issuing permits for construction and issuing inspections. And what I want to do is make sure that happened. At this point, I think that did happen. And then we need to find out why this building collapsed. Yes.
Can you update us on the victim, the gentleman who was pulled out of here? Do you have any update on his condition?
I can't.
Can anybody update us on the two structures and families that have been displaced? How long they might be displaced? Are those two structures salvageable, or what's?
Sure. I'm going to ask the building official, chief building official, to comment on the other structures.
Good afternoon. I'm Garrett Weichscarver, the chief building official for DCRA. The structure most immediate to the collapse had some roof damage, which is repairable. The other structure next door had no immediate damage that we were able to identify. Until we've removed the debris, though, we're not going to occupy either building. And that debris removal will start probably next week early.
Can anybody tell us what the investigation process is? Do your inspectors come in here? How do you determine the cause? And will they be allowed to just demo and clean everything up before you get in here and determine the cause?
There are a number of steps that we take whenever a building collapses or whenever there's a report about safety issues. First and foremost, we prioritize the safety of our workers or residents around that area, and that was accomplished yesterday with the help of our strong partners at MPD, firms, and our sister agencies. We do our initial damage assessment, which we completed yesterday. We've helped ensure that the perimeter has also been secure. As you can see, we've helped ensure that the alley has been cleared. So these are part of the normal operating procedure for us. In the meantime, we've also asked for inspection reports, detailed reports that we will continue to review. We've also ordered for an engineer to evaluate the construction and see if we'll also find additional information around the cause of the damage. So at this point, steps that we've taken are clear, and we'll continue prioritizing the health and safety of our residents by looking at every way possible we can to assist.
Any idea how long it might take you to determine the cause?
No, we can't put an artificial timeline on this. We'll do our best work and see how we can be of help.
Director, could I ask about the H Street property? Can you tell us what happened there yesterday? It was a similar building as this, the top two floors. Your staff knows about it.
What I do know is that an inspector has been dispatched to that location, which is part of our protocol. Whenever there's an incident and there is a report, we dispatch an inspector or the duty officer to assess the situation.
Director, regarding the May 2021 inspection for illegal construction, was that done by a residence inspection program, or was it done by a staff member? And what did that inspection find?
I don't recall the exact individual who handled the inspection at that time, so there's no other information I can give you today.
Was there any inspection between May 2021 and March 2020 when this building was raised?
I'll have to look at the time frame, so I have no comment on that.
Was the crew who was doing the work yesterday, were they permitted or licensed to be working on the site?
This building is fully permitted. The general contractor is also permitted and licensed.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's what we know at this point, and we will of course make updates to our report as information becomes available. Thank you.